the mission is quite clear for both teams to really do better than the last time, and that is for Cameroon to do better than the last 16. They were knocked out by Nigeria, of course, and this is an opportunity for Gabon as well to really advance. But I think both teams with a clean slate to really now start painting.
Yeah, bring forth some of the new players, even one of the top players for Cameroon, of course. We'll talk about him, Brian Mbumo, of course, the Manchester United man, never played in AFCON. Getting him a chance, to see what it's all about here. The continental, challenge, the world stage, as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing better than an AFCON when it comes down to the excitement, the drama, and the wonderful artistry that we see on the pitches, and growing in status and giving us really some wonderful football, and Cote d'Ivoire was off the charts. This is going to be like, it's already off the charts. Big battles, big moments for key players as we take a look at that Cameroon team, starting with Ipassi in goal, of course. At the back, we've got Cholo Nuhu, and we got Samuel Koto, the 22-year-old player for Ghent, Che Malone, Yongwa, Belaba, with Namaso and Chamadu. Baleba will just stick in front of the back three, in fact, with Avom and Namoso. And Mbumo and Etta Iyong is the man at the front. Amin Mohamed Omar of Egypt is the main referee. And we've got VAR, of course, Mustafa Gobal, who is from Algeria, with his team there. And key players in what's going to be an important clash. Gabon, well, they've got this man at the back, Luis Mbaba, Oyono, Bruno Ekwele Manga, of course, Jack Ekomi, Bokoum just in front, Teddy Avalant, and John, watch out for him. Wonderful player, isn't he, Didier and John, who'll be very key in that midfield position, with Poco Openda and Dennis Bawanga, who plays his football in the MLS for Los Angeles, of course. No sign of Aubameyang just yet, and Mario Lemina, left on the bench, will come on as an impact player throughout the game, Amanda.
No, absolutely, and you rightfully mentioned how it is that they're starting to get a local coach, local players as well, and I think it's to avoid when they're missing key players like Aubameyang, the over or heavy reliance on the superstars. Now it's about time that we see new names.
Listen, shake things up, see what happens, and this is a big game. You can see that the Gabonese supporters there getting a lot of applause and appreciation from the players who have just gone over and appreciate them. The same for Cameroon. They've got lots of supporters here. This is a big battle. Remember, it's a derby. It's a Central African battle. We are getting down to business. It's Group F here in Agadir. Cameroon, Gabon, enter the fray and deliver. And it is, of course, the Panthers who are playing in yellow and blue up against green of Cameroon, as we get to see what the Panthers are capable of doing here. Of course, two-time quarter-finalists. Long ball gone through. Danger galore. Brian Mbumo can score goals. And that was the first little dose of danger, if you like, Amanda, as the quick ball up towards the Manchester United man shook the defender's boots a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a sign of things to come. He'll definitely be playing in between those lines. He's playing as a second striker this evening, and those balls are definitely going to start creeping in for the Gabonese. So it's important to see how it is that they deal with that congestion in that midfield.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And, when you actually see you've got three players at the back for Cameroon with Baleba just in front. For me, that tells you that they're going to be playing more of an attacking game, and then they lock back into their blocks, when they're actually under a little bit of pressure with Gabon in possession. But the fact is that they will be launching those guys left, right, and centre, just like we're seeing down that left-hand side. A little bit of a tussle over on that left side, won by Anthony Oyono on that occasion, but they do win a corner.
Yep, this is going to be the game plan for Cameroon.
And we see David Pagu, who's the head coach, of course, for Cameroon, trying to get the boys moving, coming from local coaching missions, of course, but nothing international. And the first corner of this encounter, front post, and it's cleared. The ball does come back, and a chance to whip it back in. It goes a little bit too high and over the top, a little bit too far there for anybody to get anywhere near that, as we see Thierry Moyoma, the Gabon head coach. And interesting to see how he fares. Of course, the 50-year-old Cedric Mubamba is his assistant, a former player for Gabon, of course, with 76 games in a wonderful career. So those two will be working their magic for Gabon to try and see what they can conjure up against their neighbours.
Yeah, and maybe just to get back to the point of Cameroon, you rightfully point out to the three centre-backs, and I guess they want to really go with the wing-backs because they want to pin the full-backs of the Gabonese.
Yeah, they've got wing-backs who can fly down the flanks, you know. They don't need wings, they literally just rocket themselves down those two flanks, and they'll be lighting up this Agadir Stadium as we got a throw into over on that far corner, and a chance for Cameroon to try and get something long thrown into the penalty box. Doesn't get past the first player, Teddy Avalan, and goes back out. Another throw in. It's Dong. Cameroon looking very, very motivated, confident and happy in their camp, which but dispossessed in the midfield on this occasion, with Gabon picking the ball up down this left-hand side. A little bit of danger and a chance for them to try and move forward. Bowanga's dangerous, he really is, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Good solid defensive work as Tolonu comes back and deals with him. Corner it is, and Dennis Bowanga, 31 years of age, very fast. I think that, you know, what he's done in the MLS in terms of just ripping up the turf because of the velocity that he creates when he's dancing down that left side. He's already started off quite well here tonight. Where's Zapenda? Some of the big guys coming up. Watch out for the movement just inside of the penalty box as the ball comes across. It's not a perfectly taken corner, is it, from Bowanga? Kicked away at the front post quite competently there by Carl Eta Young, EUD Levante player based in Spain. Had a wonderful spell playing for Villarreal. Throw in for Gabon. Looks like it came off the hand, but they'll just get the throw in. Damp conditions, of course, that we saw today. Woke up and there was a very large cloud, you know, dumping quite a lot of water, you know, here in Agadir. And it's not going to become too clear as the ball goes through and picked up, or dealt with by a Passy at the back. And we're going to have quite a lot of moisture here for the next few days, it appears, for that little confrontation that you're looking forward to, Amanda. Who was it, Egypt against Bafana? I think that, you know, there's like, come on, I can't wait for this one. Well, it's coming soon, okay? We'll deal with this first.
Let's deal with this one first.
Back to a Passy. Passy, of course, got himself into a position where he was preferred to Andre Onana at the last FIFA World Cup. There's the long ball going through, and Bimo just a little bit hesitant there. You could also see that Eta Young unable to just get through and find the ball through the traffic. Like the way that Samuel Cotto is, you know, seeing these things, seeing chances to thread the ball through. Bumo picking the ball up, gets in front of his man. There's a nice little ball. Good chance for Cameroon! Oh, they got the goal! They've got the opening goal! And Eta Young. But the flag has gone up. And the excitement comes to an end abruptly for the indomitable Lions. You can see that, well, there was a swift reaction. Let's just have a look at this again. Well, this is going to go to VAR, I believe.
Yep.
That is, it looks like it's going to be given just from our thoughts initially.
Yep.
But the referee's saying, hold your horses, wait one moment. Wait until I make the decision. So a little bit of pressure here. The Egyptian referee, Mohamed Omar, just making it clear to Luis Umbaba that I will make the call for when this will be taken. Is he being instructed adjusted or being given more information about what happened there?
More information, and he has to take his time, because I do feel that Young, I strongly feel that he did exceptionally well to hold his run. The timing was perfect, the weight of the pass from Buma, they broke that line, and I think that should be a goal.
Well, you can see that there's the Bruno Manga just talking with the referee, and we will bide our time, but you get the impression that this is something's going to happen. Still not being given the green light to take this free kick. And of course, we got Gabonese journalists and Cameroon journalists just close to us, and there's a lot of activity following that ball that flew past the goalkeeper there, Lois Mbaba, Stella Club in Côte d'Ivoire. And there is the goal being given. You saw it, didn't need VAR, no need for it. There are the celebrations, and how about that? Carleta Young offering Cameroon an opening goal, and we're barely minutes into this Group F encounter. The celebrations. It couldn't have started better as we take a look at the replay here. That was the high ball that came up, and Buma was there. Look at that ball to the right-hand side. And a first-time strike that delivers the Lions with an opening goal. Delightful setup, wasn't it, Amanda? And a slick finish with that right foot from Carleta Young.
Absolutely, the timing of the run from Young, the weight of the pass from Buma, those are the kind of combinations you want, but the goalkeeper should have done so much better. The ball just going between his legs.
1-0. Cameroon take the lead. And the decision, there we have the confirmation of the goal in the 6th minute. The decision by David Pagu to bring in this young Carleta Young from UD Levante in Spain instead of the likes of Vincent Aboubakar has paid off so far.
Yep.
Clearance at the back, dealt with. Look at they're fired up, aren't they? Tolo Nuhu, the captain, coming across and sweeping, as we like to say.
He's definitely going to be crucial in terms of taking care of those spaces, but also just giving the cover to that midfield.
Gabon on the attack, high ball coming over. Chance for the goalkeeper, Passy, Roger Passy. And a ball that's gone down the right-hand side. They go dancing, they go moving. Slick activity here with Baleba. Baleba goes down on the edge of the penalty box. Referee doesn't bat an eyelid, and Gabon move forward with Boanga down the left side. Cuts in, looking for players to pass to, leaves it in the path of Undong. Out to the left-hand side, gets it back. There's the movement up front. Gabon on the attack. They have been dispossessed. Bumu, and of course the danger man. The Young goes down. No foul given. Picked up here quite competently as Gabon go moving forward. That's a good little header. Boanga trying to get in there, but it's a pass. He pounces. I'm talking about pouncing animals. Of course, we've got lions and we've got panthers. Yeah. You know, so we're spoiled for choice tonight, Amanda. But very strong start this is from Cameroon. They'll like that, and I think that when you see the David Pagu coming in, the 56-year-old, he's only been in the job for 23 days, and he has to work hard to get everybody ready and motivated. And they already look as though there's something's happening. And the ball's been picked up once again. It's Ayong. The defence coming to the rescue with Bruno Manga doing the business. All of that experience, of course, that enables him to get a timely challenge in. Collected by Cameroon, and just calmly using their defenders at the back to Che Malone. Bumo unable to use that left foot to flick the ball through to his front man. Picks up here, danger. And Gabon on the attack. Look at that for defensive work. Oh my word. Well, the neighbourly love not existing on that occasion, was it? Strong work to come back and deal with that by Baleba. He wasn't taking any nonsense, was he?
He works really hard in that midfield, box-to-box kind of midfielder. He wants to make sure that he adds extra numbers at the back. Because they're playing with wing-backs, you need that extra cover, and he's that guy to really sweep things up.
Yeah, it calls for some very quick adjustments when you're going from offence to defensive play, and the wing backs, they'll be racking up the kilometers over the course of the 90 minutes, won't they, Amanda?
Yeah, you have to have a strong engine.
Well, this is Gabon on the attack over on the right hand side, and it's put on the left foot, so there's a ball that's come across. It's been cleared very solidly there by Samuel Kocho. And Gabon looking to try. Oh, they've given the ball away. Now, watch out, there's danger. Bumo picks the ball up. Watch out, there's Etayong. He's in the right position, but the ball doesn't get past the last defender and commits the foul after that, the Manchester United man. But if that would have been threaded through, it could have been a different story altogether. That was the foul on Ikomiye.
Yep. But I think for Bumo, with his kind of experience, I thought he could have just held on to the ball a little bit. There's no need, they're 1-0 up, get more numbers. Yes, it's a counter. If it's not working, if it's not on, try and regroup once again.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if David Pagu has literally said, catch them out quick, move that ball really quickly. If you pinch the ball in there, just around the midfield, and allow them to move like Mpumo, who's nearly latched onto that, but has been snatched by Luis Mbaba.
Yeah, good intensity. But of course, it has to be a little bit controlled. It's a little bit erratic at the moment, and they're misplacing the ball possession that is Cameroon. They need to hold on to it a little bit.
Little deflection, picks up in the middle there by Atia Avoma, but they get the ball back. Gabon over to the right-hand side once again. Looking quite dangerous, but that's a solid challenge again. Tolo Nuhu. Oh, look at what he's doing. He gets hauled down, and he'll get the free kick. And just outplaying and working well to deal with Royce Openda, the Lorient forward, knew that he had lost that battle. Look at the body language from Captain Tolo Nuhu. He knows it.
A good turn from a defender to really evade an attacking player. Shows great experience, that is a captain.
I don't know what it is about Agadir, but the intensity is most definitely in the air. We can feel it, can't we, Amanda? It's even the opening clash with Mo Salah's Egypt, of course, up against the very valiant warriors of Zimbabwe. I think that it's been threaded through to this neighbourly clash that we're seeing here tonight between Cameroon and Gabon. Deep ball dealt with at the back. Ikomiye doing well, but it's been picked up over on that far side. And Dallin Yongwa, another Lorient player, two players from Lorient. 1-2, good opportunity, comes out to the right-hand side. It's been picked up by Chamadu into the penalty box. There's a header. I think he was diffused just by the central defender who was marking him solidly, because you would have thought lofted up in the air like that. That was a sensational opportunity, but the marking was good from Gabon.
Yep, Chamadu taking up a very high up position, and that's what you expect from him. Timed cross very well, but of course Gabon doing absolutely great as well, just to hold on tight to that line and make sure that they clear their lines.
Yeah, Bruno Equilemanga was the man, of course. Talked about his experience, played numerous years at Cardiff City, was deemed as an absolute, he's a cherished player at the back, and now he's playing his football for Paris Athletic 13 in the French capital.
I mean, at 37, he's still leading the national team with that kind of experience.
But that's great. You need players like that. I mean, we had Washington Arubi, who's 40 years of age, playing for Zimbabwe. You've got players who can bring that experience.
Elias Pelembe of Mozambique, 42.
Come on. There's hope for us all. I shouldn't say that. That's an outrageous thing to say. Oh, a little bit of contact there in the midfield, and free kick for Cameroon. There we go. The tussling. Look at that. It's once again. I don't know. Carlos Baleba, the Brighton player, he's such a handful. He will just wriggle and get in your way, protects the ball, you know, like a real star. It's impossible to just pinch the ball from him when he's got it at his feet.
Yeah, he's the sheriff. He's bossing that midfield and making sure he's protecting the ball, recycling it, retrieving, and giving that ball possession back to Cameroon.
Gabon tightening up the defence a little bit. Poko down that right side. He's got speed, he's got pace. He gets a crossover and it's headed away and dealt with there just in the midfield. Arthur Avom just coming back, but wonderful running there. Royce Openda, when he gets hold of it, we talked about his speed, the Lorient player, former Bordeaux Girondin player as well. Very dangerous indeed down that right side. Corner it is, and Dennis Bouanga will take this. Taken short, put on the left foot, little deflection, chance for a shot. Oh, it's been picked up, and the ball, well, it doesn't manage to find its way underneath and into the back of the net, but there was definitely an offside on that move as the ball is kicked up very quickly towards the Cameroon front men, and they do pick it up. There's a foul. And a little smile from Karl Etayong. Gabon will get themselves, there you go, very obvious offside call there. Two players. Yeah, he's a handful, isn't he, when you actually look at Karl Etayong.
I mean, coming in and starting for Cameroon, the absence of Abu Bakar has some big shoes to fill, and I think just 3 caps for the national team, you get to score your first goal at an AFCON. I think it becomes very important for his confidence.
Oh, come on, that's it's an absolute dream, isn't it? That's wonderfully done. And just showing off what he's capable of doing. And of course, when you have a strike who comes in and he makes his mark in his opening game, I think you can definitely say, well, is he going to turn into a Samuel Eto'o, a Patrick Mboma? Is he going to, be the next Roger Miller? Where's he going to go? The fact is, you get yourself a goal in your opener, and afterwards, anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
But the confidence most definitely is built from putting yourself in the score sheets.
Absolutely.
Picked up in the midfield there by Didier Ndong, over to the right-hand side. It's been working quite well. There's the goal that's been scored there by Etayong. Oh, is again unable to do anything with it. It goes out to the left-hand side, and Cameroon on the attack. There's a good running, lots of movement off the ball here for Cameroon as they try and thread the ball through. Doesn't happen. The idea was good there from Mbeumo, but there was no one there to latch onto that, and it's Gabon up the other end, working their magic. Openda over on the right-hand side, come for an offside position, but managed to get himself on the right side of the last defender there. So Gabon still in possession, still looking to try and get themselves an equaliser. Being put on the left foot, that's the shot, it's a rasping drive, and it just goes wide there from Dennis Bouanga. But why not give it a shot? It was set up perfectly.
Yep, set up perfectly. He knows that he should have done well. He does everything right in terms of cutting inside on that left foot, tries to go for the far post, hopefully misses the target, and for him, if he keeps persisting and keeps driving the ball, anything can happen.
Anything can happen indeed. Well, just looking at some of the numbers about this clash here, of course, Cameroon 9 wins and 6 draws, 3 wins for Gabon, and 18 matches played. But the last 4, it's been 2 wins for Gabon and a victory for Cameroon. And the last time that they battled it out, it was goalless in Libreville in 2017. And we all know what happened in that AFCON. It was all about the Lions, who managed to sharpen their claws rather than the Panthers, who didn't manage to sharpen their claws on home soil.
Yeah, you have to take a scalp at some point.
A little bit of contact there, as we can see on it by Eto Young. Didier Dong, of course, a little bit of getting tangled up. He plays for Esteghlal in Iran, and he's not the only player actually in this Gabon team playing in Iran. Bokoum as well in the midfield for Golgoha. They're moving forward. Danger lurking, and a little bit of a body hit there. Body blow as the ball comes out to Chamadou. Oh, it's a delightful pullback, but the shot was good from Namaso, just a little bit wide of the target there. But Daniel Namaso looking very dangerous. Love that role that he's playing in the midfield. Long, lanky legs, and just skipping into those pockets of space in the middle, latching onto that, but just not on target.
Yep, Chamadou once again, a good cutback. That's where you want to see Namaso, the late runs into that midfield. So much time, so much space. He just needs to make sure that he connects and gets the target.
Daniel Namaso played in the Portuguese Primeira Liga for Porto. 68 matches for him. Now based in France, playing for Auxerre. Ball going back to Che Malone. Of course, Côte d'Ivoire beating Mozambique 1-0 earlier, which means that the defending champions are at the top of the table. So this clash here is going to be important. It's been picked up. It's a little flick into the path or towards Mbumo, but not capitalised. Baleba going through the middle, quite happy to go through the middle, they really are, with Namaso as well. There's the ball coming out to Mbumo once again. Here he is, the Manchester United man. Puts it on his right foot, high ball over the top, maybe a little bit too high for his teammates to latch onto that, and a little bit of contact there, and we can obviously see that Openda goes down. There you go, a little bit of a clash there as the captain Nuhu goes across. He kind of says, come on, get up.
I mean, you should be a little bit kind to that. I think very combative in the duel, but it's the run afterwards where he gets on the foot.
Well, that's the goal, of course. We talked about the goalkeeper, Luis Mbaba, allowing the ball to go through legs. When it's hit at so much pace, Amanda, it is complicated and difficult to try and stop it, because you're trying to spread yourself out and cover as much of the goal as possible. The offside is not accountable there, of course, as we saw. That's why the goal was given. The fact is that by the time that he struck it, you're trying to, close your legs and get in the way. But a great strike, but a great ball. I think it's Mbumo's vision that basically set that up, originally from a Koto, high ball over the top.
Yeah, in that 10 position, you have to be aware. You have to be scanning. You need to know where your teammates are going. But also, we mustn't forget it.